So hey, I've got my Bullseye hubs stripped down to the shells. Got all the bearings out and the axle out and all that good stuff. And the problem I have with this is I want to clean these up better. I started to clean this one up a little bit. This is the rear one. That's where the freewheel goes on right there, and those threads are still really in good shape. And this will polish up really nicely, and you can even clean this up to a point. It's anodized. It's aluminum, which is basically like electrolytic anodization is like a dye that the aluminum accepts this dye through an electrolysis process. Anyway, these stickers, these are, I suspect these hubs are from around 1983. So it would make them 41 years old. And the sticker's damaged. And, that identifies the brand. There's that one. That one doesn't even look like it's put on straight. And this is the front hub. So what I'm going to do is take them off. But fear not. Look what I have. I've got replacement stickers. And these were not cheap. Really not cheap. And they're identical. I think these could be new old stock. I'm not sure. They could be repops. These stickers could be really old too. They're a little beat up, a little scratched up, but I'm not real sure. Anyway, I'm going to take these off, polish them, and reapply these, and I'll show you how to put a sticker exactly where you want it and get it positioned where you do that. Now, one little note, these stickers were stupid expensive. But like everything with this company, Bullseye, it is stupid expensive, like ridiculous expensive. And I don't like it. I don't like that it's that expensive. Like a pair of pedals are $500, $450 for a pair of pedals. They're nice, but they're not. Nothing to me is worth that much on a bike, for the most part. They're not made out of gold or some rare element. It's just crazy Gucci like branding. The original owner, the original founders of this company, I do not believe are around. They disappeared. They kind of went out of business, and they came back, and I think they have new owners. And there's this real bro culture around this company that I don't like. The people that buy them, the people in the forums, they're not helpful or friendly. I've noticed that sort of thing in BMX when I got out of it as a teenager, that there was this very male, macho-driven bro culture that made me uncomfortable. I didn't like it. I didn't like the unfriendliness of it. The BMX crowd in particular is really rough online. A lot of the guys have a mentality of about a 10-year-old bad kid with a bad attitude. Anyway, I digress. That's enough about that. Enough of my complaining. Anyway, I'm gonna fix these up and make them look great again. So first thing is to get that sticker off. So I will show you. So what I have is the hair dryer. It's gonna get it hot. We're just gonna spray this, get it nice and hot, and it'll loosen up the adhesive. So here goes. The next tool I have is an X-Acto blade, and this should start to peel up pretty easily. Yep. It's hot to the touch. I don't want to scratch it per se, because The steel blade is harder than aluminum, but this will definitely loosen all that old adhesive, and it just makes it a little easier to pull off. Should, anyway. Might need a little more heat, a little more persuasion. It's starting to come off. Yep, gonna give it some more persuasion. Yep, that part came off. Maybe it's two parts. Interesting. Don't want to gouge it. I could use plastic, something like a credit card. Right now I'm just kind of using my nails, which are under these gloves. But, I think it might need more heat. Yeah, I have some plastic scrapers I can use. It's starting to come. Quite a mess. I'll get some plastic scrapers. I have a plastic scraper. Perhaps a bit too thick. It's coming. More heat. It's coming off. The next trick, after I get this mostly down and off, is to use WD-40, which will get off the remaining adhesive. But I've gotten the majority of that off already. It's getting there. All right, now most of that sticker's gone. Now it's just some WD-40 and some scrubbing, and that'll all come off. So now I'm gonna put some WD-40 on there. This stuff's great at removing adhesives. Yeah, just let that soak. Kind of rub it in. Spray a little more on there. Oh yeah. And just let that soak in. And then it'll start to come off. Let's give it some time. Let it do its thing. Adhesives do not like WD-40. Adhesives do not work well when they're wet. That's another principle of what I'm about to show you later in this video about how to get the stickers on exactly where you want them. Let that soak. And just go to town here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's starting to come off. It's gonna take a lot of rubbing, but we'll get it off. Kind of gets goopy. Then we'll polish this up. I think that's about 98% removed. And I'll get the rest of it in the polishing when I get the polisher on it. Yeah, it's mostly gone. Show a few little spots, but yep. Now it's time to polish it. And I'll kind of do that off camera. I just use some polishing compound, like a little metal polish and a rag, and I'll go at it. It'll polish up really nice. So I'll do that off camera. So that's how you remove a sticker. Takes a little work. That's been on there for 41 years or so, 40 years. Kind of baked on. But, you know, I could have scraped it with this, but this would have just chewed up the metal. So that's why I got this hard but softer than aluminum scraper. So there you go. So here it is, polished up. I used Flitz polish on there, and a little bit of my Never Dull to get it all shiny shine. And I'm not going to go crazy on it. There's still a few little imperfections, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's 41 years old, but it looks pretty darn good to me. So it's about as good as I'm going to get it with cleaning this up. So the trick I was going to show you, you can use any kind of spray, but I have some of this stuff from a company called Decals called application fluid, but you can use like Windex or anything like water, and a tiny bit of soap will work in a spray bottle. So what you do is you spray the surface you want to put the sticker on, and you spray the back of the sticker, and then that allows you to freely move that sticker around. Then you just press it down and let it dry, and it'll dry in place, and you don't have to fumble around with getting the sticker just right. You can get it on there and, you know, mess around. So I'm going to do this on camera. This is the way you orient the sticker. This is the right side. So when you look down on the bike, you would see that. This would be the chain side. So here goes. I'm going to first start by spraying a little bit of this on there, and I'm going to find a good place to put it. I think there's as good as any. So that's all you got to do. That's on there. Pull one of these stickers off. Do that off camera. Sorry, can't do it all on camera. Spray a little bit on the back side of the sticker. And let's get it on there. And see, it'll move around. And get it kind of centered on there. It's kind of hard to do this on camera. The next one I will not do on camera. But that looks pretty good. And I'm just gonna hold it down. Make sure it's all the bubbles are out. And if that just stays like that, that'll dry and stay in place. And perfectly on there. It looks straight enough to me. I'll rotate it a tiny bit. There. And just let it dry. And I'm just gonna rub it out with my fingers. And good as new. Make sure it's in place. And I'll just let that dry. Let it cure. Go all the way out to the edges. And there we go. Voila. I haven't cleaned all my fingerprints off, but that looks darn good to me. And there we go. Finito. So remember that. You can just wet your sticker before you could just use water if you wanted to. Tiny bit of soap, like the tiniest amount of detergent in your water. It'll help it slide a little bit, and just making sure it's done. So there you go, all done. I'll do the next one, but this is done for now. Thank you.